Oh, there he goes.
By nightfall, it was all finally over. The huge black bear was tranquilized before falling out of a tree and then loaded into an SUV by New Haven police and agents from the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection.
He just walking along, and then he looked at me, and he's like, and I was like, oh, shoot, a bear. I was on the phone the whole time, and I was scared.
It's something these city dwellers never expected to come across.
He was walking towards his house when he saw the bear standing right there in the backyard.
Back up. Dude, he's going up to the park. He's going to the park.
New Haven police finally caught up to the black bear they heard reports about all day. This woman came face to face with him while walking on State Street.
And then I seen the bear, and I was like, oh my God, that's not really a bear. Like, really? No.
They finally cornered him in a wooded area off Wallace Street, right by the Exit 3 on-ramp for I-91.
So it took me a while to come back. So what I did was I ran behind Humphreys, and I went behind the dumpster, and then I came back, and then I see one of my friends, and I jumped in the car.
It's not that much going on in Wallace Street, besides the bear.
Deep agents showed up armed and ready with a tranquilizer rifle and hit him with at least one tranquilizer dart. The bear scurried up a tree until finally the dosage kicked in and he fell to the ground.
This park is a darn cool spot. We've got a good thing going here. I'll tell you, there's nothing like a haircut in the park. Geez, Harold, it's coming off nice. I'm Anthony Samaras. I'm alias Joe the Barber. Hug for a haircut. It started 28 years ago.
When I get home, I'm gonna wash my hair anyway when I get home.
You won't have to when I get through with you. I'm not a barber. What you pay is what you get. Well, obviously they liked what I gave, and the price was right. You know, there's a book written about everything, and if you take your time, you can do it.
This is convenient, especially when they say you ain't got no money.
What I get from my customers is love, L-O-V, love.
It makes them feel good, and it makes me feel. It makes everybody feel good.
And you know, the love you give is the love you get. And I cry every time one of these guys come up to me and tell me they love me.
It's nice to have a gentleman that will come out and shave you and give you a good haircut.
You rub somebody's head, you give them a scalp massage, or you shave them all up and make them look halfway decent. And it's all about love. And I love them, and they love me, and we know it.
Come on, we're going to put you guys right in line right there. Grab a bag. We got a sandwich.
It's grown to everything. Yeah, it's grown. Food especially. There's a lot of hungry people in this world.
A soda or a bag of chips.
Well, you see how many people can use a sandwich and something to take to have for tomorrow. It's because I cut their hair with love. I guess that's what it is. That's what it's all about. And if we can bring a little joy into somebody's life, let's bring that joy into their life. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord.
Love you.
Not as much as I love you.
It's 1860 vintage.
This is the best toy you can have. And it's about the only operating sawmill of this type on its original mill site. The original mill built on this site was in the 1790s. The mill that's here right now is probably about 1860.
Amazing how they used to have to do things, huh?
Well, you got a tank over here, and the water enters the tank, flows down to the turbine at the bottom, spins the turbine, which drives our shafts and pulls the saw up and down. We have a valve that's ran from upstairs that turns on and off our turbine.
That is fabulous. All water power, too.
Yeah. The mill is open 2 months in the spring, in April and May, on Saturdays from 1 to 4, and it's also open in the fall.
You got to be careful because that saw can pick that entire log up. We get anywhere from 20 to 50 or 60 people during that 3-hour period.
There's another mechanism which advances the saw.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Well, they like to see the mill work. They're interested in just how the logs are processed and things like that, and how we move it. We got to do we bring all our wood in by hand. It's labor intensive. A lot of the work that's done around here is done by volunteer labor, and they've been pretty enthusiastic, and they just like working with the mill.
It's a lot of fun.
In the modern age where everybody is kind of glued to their computer screens and things like that, there's no computers involved in this. It's basic, physical labor that operates the thing. Hopefully it'll be here in 100 years from now, still cutting wood.